All right, guys, welcome back to another Monday Morning Commute. Today, I'm going to follow up on what I've been talking about with Lexus and the new off-road SUVs that have been coming out from them and the Toyota group. And if you recall, I said in one of my last videos that I've been asked about the GX550 a lot and whether or not I'm going to buy one. And I said that my plan would in fact be to replace this LX570, my 2013, with a 2021 sometime in the future. I want to hold on to this for a long time. I said, ideally, this will be my daughter's first car here in several years. Got a long way to go for that. And so I want to keep it for a while. And I'm not looking necessarily to replace it, anytime soon. A couple of things have happened since I said that. One, Lexus dropped a pretty big announcement a couple weeks ago relating to the 300 series here in North America. And I'll get to that a little later. And two, I got to actually drive the new GX550 in Overtrail and one of the more regular trims, along with the Land Cruiser. The new Land Cruiser, the 250 series. Brian and I got to go to Texas Truck Rodeo and put all three of those vehicles on-road and off-road. They had a little off-road course set up for us. And if you've seen any of those videos or you're interested in them, go check them out. Go to our channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to be pushing hard for that because the channel's really growing. It's doing really well. We're starting to develop really good contacts within the industry, and we need to be able to show them more subscribers in order to be able to get access to the vehicles that would allow us to do more testing in ways that answer a lot of the questions you guys give us, right? So we're going to be pushing hard for that in all our videos. Please do that. Please like the videos, comment on the videos. All of those things help the algorithm get it out to more people. And that helps us get more subs, and that helps us get more vehicles to show you, more off-road adventure stuff to show you. And so please do that. So anyway, what are my thoughts? Have they changed now that I've gotten to drive those vehicles? A little. We'll get there, but yeah, I'm here to tell you guys the GX550 is an awesome vehicle. The new twin turbo V6. I talked about turbos in my last video, and you guys are going to feel how you're going to feel about that. Whatever. Longevity concerns aside, that motor is awesome. It is a great application in the new GX550. It is super smooth. The torque band is super flat. It makes for a really nice experience. It sounds good. It feels really smooth. It is an upgrade in user experience over the outgoing GX460 and even over the 5.7 in my LX570 or the 200 series Land Cruiser. So it's great. Off-road, we got an Overtrail. It's great. I hate how great it is because it does make me want one. The new EKDSS system is seamless. If you've watched videos from guys like Kai at Tinkers or Adventure, you know it offers a lot of flex over the outgoing GX460. It's really good. We drove a lot of cars that day. It was my favorite car to drive off-road. Even over the Land Cruiser that had sway bar disconnect. Okay, so you would think functionally it would feel very similar to the Land Cruiser with but it doesn't. It doesn't. The EKDSS system, I think because it allows, it's linked to the rear, and I think it allows for a little bit more flex in the rear, whereas the Land Cruiser with a front only sway bar disconnect doesn't. It just made for a smoother experience off-road in the GX550. And then, you know, you guys have probably heard that if you're used to crawl control in the Lexus models, or sometimes it's called A-Track in some of the Toyota stuff, this is the electronic diff stuff that's supposed to simulate lockers front and rear and help get you out of sticky situations by braking wheels that are not having traction. Those systems have been really noisy in the past because of the ABS sounds that happen when it starts trying to find the traction and lock up this wheel and that wheel. And so, you know, that's been a gripe from people. They don't like using those systems. It doesn't really bother me just because I know how they're working, and that's fine. But it is noisy and is kind of a problem for a lot of people. So if you've been watching what people have been saying about the new system, the new versions, that they've done away with that. I can confirm they have done away with that. It is super quiet. It is super smooth. You don't feel the system working. And in the case of the Lexus, I didn't even turn that system on. All I did was take it off-road and start driving it through moguls and off-camber stuff, and lifting a wheel here and there. And I didn't even have to turn traction or you know, the crawl control on. The kind of base you know, electronic system, it kicked in immediately, and it just went through that stuff no problem. It's a really great vehicle. It's great on road. Like I said, that twin turbo V6 on road is a beast. And so, you know, the interior is a really nice upgrade. It's a car I'm going to be looking at pretty heavily. So we'll see. If you've seen any of our other videos, you might know that I've already got a deposit down on something not a Lexus or Toyota that's going to be coming out in a few years. So if you're curious about that, go to our channel, please. Watch some of those other videos and subscribe. Now, the 300 series, I said there was big news on the 300 series here in the US. You know, a lot of you have complained that we don't have a Land Cruiser. You don't like the new Land Cruiser because it's a Prado. And you just wish we could have a 300 series. And my answer to that is we do have a 300 series. They've never stopped selling those in the US. They went straight from the 200 to the 300. You can buy one in LX600 form. Now, some people don't like that. I get it. But, you know, in my opinion, the LX570 is a better version of the 200 than the 200 series Land Cruiser. And I think, you know, the LX600 is no different. But there's going to be a new 300 series starting next year, and that's going to be the LX700h. They're bringing the hybrid over to the LX platform, which, you know, look, reports are it's going to get you like 1 more mile per gallon. So, you know, that's fine with me. Some people are going to gripe about that because what I really want is the battery. I don't care about the gas mileage. I want access to that battery for camping power solutions. And so there's a lot of people that are going to be excited about that. You're going to get a little bit more horsepower. And for camping, you know, Lexus has heard people. They're bringing the hybrid, and more importantly, they're bringing the LX700h in an over trail trim with what we think are 33-inch all-terrain tires standard. You know, details aren't too good on it yet, but hopefully that's extra body armor. It's going to be, like I said, 33-inch all-terrains on an 18-inch wheel instead of the massive 22s or whatever on that thing now. Don't know if there's going to be any changes to the active height control system, but I don't think there needs to be. And that throws a real wrench into a lot of things because you know, that's a really good vehicle. It has 3 rows in overtrail trim, whereas a GX550 overtrail does not. Um, so yeah, it's going to be really expensive, but any any version of any of these cars that I buy is going to be a few years old. So, you know, maybe that'll come out in the wash. But you guys tell me, you know, which one would you be targeting? Um, GX550, LX700 Overtrail. You know, to me, I love my LX570. I love my active height control system. Like, you can argue with me in the comments all you want, but I think it is superior to the 200 Series Land Cruiser with the KDSS system, both on and off road. And so, you know, I don't really care that we don't get a regular 300 Series Land Cruiser. I would be perfectly happy with an LX600 or 700. But when that 600 came out, I don't like the trend that Lexus has done of adding lots and lots of grille to those. It's a lot of plastic down at the bottom that doesn't look great for off-road. So the addition of the overtrail trim with the LX700, you know, might help mitigate some of those issues. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like. And yeah, I don't know, maybe sometime around 2030 or 2032, I'd be able to afford a 2025 LX700 Overtrail, right? So that would be really cool. And, you know, for my use, that's probably going to be better than a GX550, just because of the availability of a third row, right? And so, and it's also, you know, a better third row in the 300 than the old 200 series trucks, because, you know, it has the seats that fold in from the side. Most people just take them out. That's what I've done. It's not a great setup. And so the new 300 series has a more traditional third row that folds down flat into the floor. And so I'm going to be keeping an eye on that for sure. So that's what's going on with Lexus and Toyota. Like I said, you guys tell me, what did you think of that announcement? You know, and if we get our hands on one, what would you want to know from us? Please make sure you subscribe to the channel, like our videos, please, comment all you want, even if it's a hate comment. We love those probably more than anything else. So thanks for coming on this commute with me, and we'll talk to you later, and Awkward Wave.